Alright, now that we have started the calibration print, we see the results here. So what happened here is, we got a mixed result here. We got a really good calibration at this corner where there is no smudges, there is also no separation, no clear separation between the lines here. Versus here you can see there is some bleed through between the lines, which just says that these lines aren't merging well together. If the calibration and the height difference were to be really good, you would have gotten a result like this. On the other hand, this has some issues, but not as bad as this end, because this end you can see it was so far that it printed blobs of material which did not stick to the print base, and it led to this result. So what we'll do is, we'll change the height here, bring it a bit more closer. We'll change the height here and bring it a bit more closer. In order to do that, let's first just remove these pieces from our printer. Once we have these removed, let's get to calibration. Let's go to prepare and let's do auto home. After auto home, let's go to prepare and disable steppers. So right at this end, this is where we have way too much clearance. As you can also see, the clearance is actually quite a bit. Even after I slide the one paper, there is clearance there. So to compensate for this clearance, I'm going to rotate clockwise and lift the blade. Okay, right here there is a grinding feeling when I'm moving this paper, which is a good thing, which says that right now the contact is tight enough that it's pinching on the paper very little. And we'll set this as our condition right now and try to see how the print comes out. Alright, so now that we have recalibrated it, we'll restart the print and see how it goes. So again, we'll go to print from TF, go to the calibration file and start it. And we'll come back and check. Alright, after the second calibration, here is the result where most of the squares look decent. If we look at these outer parameters, right at this end, you can see how thin the material gets, which tells that the nozzle is too close to the print bed because it's not able to put out a lot more material. So right at that corner, we should lift it up. So we'll go ahead and home this again and then bring it back to the back rightmost corner and see how close it is. So go ahead, go to the prepare, disable steppers, move this back, move this across. I'm trying not to impact the current print and move it around just to see right where it was thin, how much gap I have, and I'll just point it a bit behind that to see if I can slide the paper. As you can see, it's not possible to slide the paper there. So again, I'll rotate the knob right below this counterclockwise in order to lower the print bed. So this seems perfect where I can feel a bit of graininess but not a lot. Just looking at all the other areas, these look really good. There is some gap here on this one and there is some gap here in the center. So what we'll do is, we'll just make sure, go around one more time, make sure there is the right amount of clearance. For the one last time, hopefully, let's start the calibration print and we will see in real time how this goes. Alright, here's another calibration test that we did after adjusting the knobs. So we'll see how this goes. Even while the print is running, you can move this knob by 1/8 of a turn or 1/10 of a turn just to get the nozzle either close or far away from the print bed. Alright, now we got the results from our last calibration print, and most of these pads look pretty good. from a thinness standpoint, all these ends look very similar. There is not much of a variation. As far as the clean print goes, there is no material sticking on these pads, and overall, without applying any adhesion, we got really good squares. Alright, so here we are going to take off the print using the spatula that we get with our printer. We can remove this blue skin. So we'll just remove this. So in order to remove the print, essentially we will want to dig a bit under the print, and the way to do it is, it already has a wedge. You would point it on it at like a 60-degree angle or so and push it, and that should help break the adhesion and get the parts off the printer.